Hi everyone, I'm Ali GREYMOND. Today I wanted to talk to you about an important topic in OCD recovery, and this topic is how do you get things done in life as you are going through OCD recovery? And this is a question I have to tackle with clients over and over again because besides going through OCD recovery, you also have a life. You also have things to do, responsibilities, and you need to take care of that. And the best thing is, first of all, look at your priorities. Out of all the things you are doing, what are your priorities that you must do every single day? Start with those. Start actively working on those. And I would say make a list of things that you are doing. So, for example, most important things I need to do is this, and this. Everything else doesn't really matter, but no matter what, I need to do those things tomorrow. That's how you have to be thinking. So that way there is no guesswork with what I need to do. If you have something that requires a lot of thought and you feel like you might not have that capacity to really think things, real things, right, think real things through, um, write them all down as point form. So, okay, this is the big task that I have to do as a primary thing tomorrow. This task consists of this. And it doesn't matter how many items you have in it, as long as it's not obsessive. But just try as much as possible to have everything really written out, so it takes the guesswork out of everything. That you just look at it, that okay, this is what I need to get done, and I'm doing it. And that will really help to up your productivity. Also, I would say really schedule to do things in the times where OCD hits you the most. Because if you are in a situation where as soon as OCD comes in, you start to kind of sit down, I can't do anything, I feel paralyzed, all of these things, right? Then that just makes the situation worse. So you need to be as active as you possibly can be under the circumstances. So, whenever you find that you start to feel worse, if you are more active doing things right at that time, it might help you to focus your attention away from the OCD thoughts, and by that, taking them down a notch because you're not actively ruminating or actively doing compulsions. So it's up to you how you frame that. For bureau, though, I don't, I'm, for physical compulsions, it really kind of depends. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it doesn't. But for bureau, it really helps to, okay, I feel bad. I need to do this. I have a list. I'm following the list. And just keep following it. And you will see that because you're not engaging, your anxiety will go up and up and up. It will hit a peak. You're still doing the list, and then it will calm down. And then the other part of this is really look at all the stuff that you're doing throughout the day and which things do you need to do. Are you stressing yourself too much on, say if you're working too hard, or you're doing too much at home, because with these things, right, whether you're working at work or you're working at home, you're a lot of the times you're putting in a lot of effort, but are others really noticing not only your effort? They might be noticing your effort, but because they don't understand with OCD recovery and how hard it is to push through, what it that effort is 3-4 times what it would be for a person who doesn't have OCD, right? That it takes so much more out of you to make those things happen. And just look at it, is it really even worth it right now as you are going through OCD recovery? You can make a simpler meal. You can reduce your workload if you're doing anything extra. Do you really need to be doing those extra things at work, right? Do you need to be doing those extra things at home? Can you put them on the back burner until you feel a little bit better in OCD recovery, and really actively focus on OCD recovery and on rest? Because the other big thing about recovery is you need to be sleeping, you need to be resting. I would say even take naps if you have a very set schedule for what time you go to sleep, what time you wake up. you might need a nap in the afternoon when you come home from work, and that's okay. It's okay to take that nap. It's okay not to be going 24/7, because your brain needs room to heal, and if you don't give it room to heal, how are you going to get better? you know so you have to do both. First of all, you have to do exposure and response prevention, right? Because if you're kind of putting half your life on the back burner, but you're not really doing the exposure and response, eventually that back burner will catch up to you. So it's kind of, you have to balance those things. That right now I'm focusing on OCD recovery, and I'm actively focusing on OCD recovery, not just in theory, but actively focusing on it. And that way you will see other things will start to get easier, and you will have more capacity to do those things. But for now, make a list, stick to the list. If you're not sure, is this important or not? Probably is not. So cross those out, because things that are truly important, those things, and anything where you could cut a corner, pretty much do that right now. If it's not really that important, just do it for now. Get yourself into active exposures, because active exposures, they're draining on the mind. The person feels tired all the time. That's normal. That's OCD recovery. So you need to make room in your life for that. I hope you find my videos helpful. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you with a new video tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. I do daily videos about all things related to OCD recovery. If you would like to do one-on-one recovery program with me, all the information is on youhaveocd.com, and you can sign up from there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.